What is intuition? If you chat GPT it, if you look it up in Google, you're going to get an answer that looks something like it's a sense of knowing and understanding without any logical reason behind it. Most of us are not really okay with that answer, but we do know, well, it's a gut feeling. It's a sense of just knowing. Either you can sense something, maybe you hear something, maybe you see things, maybe you feel things, maybe you sense things, maybe you pick up on others' emotions. We all know that we have some form of intuition, gut feeling, or instinct. Most people aren't asking what it is. They're asking, how does it work? Can you explain it? Because if I don't know how it works and I don't know how to manipulate it, how can I use it to my advantage? So it's not a matter of what is it? Well, it's us. It's all of us as human beings. You are intuition. I am intuition. You are a energy being who came into your body. I got mine, you got yours. We came into this body. We're not the body. We are 70 trillion cells inside of here that all came together to create a few tissues that comes together to create some organs, that create some systems, that creates us as a human being. That's what we are. We're 70 trillion cells that know how to communicate beautifully. There is science behind this, which I'm going to get to in another video. But for today, you are not your body and you're not your brain. In fact, I'm going to challenge you to think, my brain and my soul, they're not always friends. They don't always get along because my soul is my little childhood self, that little sense of wonder, the little kid who wanted to dance, who wanted to discover, to explore, to create. Little children their imaginations are wondrous. They lose it in the school system when they're said, that pony is not purple. You don't see that. You don't know that. That's not the way it is. You shouldn't behave that way. You should look like this and you should do this and you should. You got that wrong, right? Oh my gosh, kids, and then they figure out what kind of box. Okay, if I put myself into a really tight box, maybe I can figure this thing called life out. And then, you somehow get through those teenager years. Nobody knows how we get through them. And you become an adult and you go and you go and you go and you go and you have kids and you got jobs or you've got family and you got responsibilities. And then all of a sudden one day you stop and say, hey, what about that little thing called intuition? Maybe that's going to help me make this decision. But then you stop and go, okay, sure. But I remember back when I used to have therapists ask me, how do you do what you do? So I'm a massage therapist and an osteopath, and I can feel inside the body. I get all kinds of visions. I get all kinds of funky stuff. I never ever talked about it to anybody, but I could just feel things. And everyone would say, how do you do what you do? And I say, well, doesn't everybody do that? No, I couldn't explain how I did it. I went on a mission. I figured it out. But I can tell you one thing. It did still take me a long time to accept the fact that I was an intuitive. So you do intuitive massage. And I'd say, no, I don't. I just do massage. I do osteopathy. No, you do intuitive massage. I'm like, what I do isn't any different than what anybody else does. Usually, your highest intuitive skill is so natural to you. You're like, that can't be intuition because intuition has to be something different. And it's not. I guarantee you, you're using it today. I guarantee you it has saved your life at least once. It saved my life. Like, I should have 9 lives. I get that from my dad. I think he might be a cat because he's had 9 lives. I have dogs, don't have cats. But I've nearly died, had a few near-death experiences, a few close calls, and I know my intuition has saved my life. Lots of stories, not for today. But I guarantee it's done it at least once for you too. Oh, don't turn that way. Oh my gosh, if I had have done this, I would have been there. I would have died. It's happened to all of us. But nobody stops and really thinks about where does it come from? And once you know where it comes from, once you understand the science behind it, then you can start manipulating it. So what is intuition? Intuition is your relationship with your soul, with your energy. The veil between here and the people that have passed on, I probably just ran my hand right through my great grandma. Like they're not up in the clouds. We are a soul. We are actually in that dimension. We just don't know it. We're already there. We have no clue, which is probably not a bad thing because I don't want to see everything. I don't want to hear everything that my dogs hear. I don't want to smell everything that my dogs smell. I don't want to know just how to fly down to the other side of the world like a bird does. I don't want to hear high-pitched noises. I don't want to see, like, that'd be way too much. My brain would explode. I only need to know what I need to know. And the same goes for you. You only need to know what you need to know. That's best for you. Nobody can tell you what's best for you other than you. Now, I digress a little bit. You take doctor's orders. You know, other times people do know what's best for you. But if you want to tap into your intuition and it's telling you something, you got to listen to it. So how do you trust it? Sorry about that. I realized I think my sound was off. And I actually thought about it for a second and went, how do you trust it? And I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to answer that? I just had this giant blank and I had to tap in and be like, what do you want me to say here? Like, how do I explain this? This is really hard. And you can't ChatGPT that one. And at the end of the day, it's about practice. It's about getting good at a skill. So when you learn how, let's say you're going to play baseball, right? You grab that bat and you stumble, and then you stumble, and then you stumble, and then you hit it, and then you get better and better and better. It's no different. Now, let's say you need help. You're like, I can't learn to play this game on my own. I don't get it. I don't understand it, or I'm not too bad, but I want to be better. There's a lot of different programs out there that you can take. For the women that are watching this, we do have a community that are dedicated for women who want to trust their intuition, who want to cultivate confidence. I'll put that link at the bottom of this video. And for any men that happen to be watching this, well, reach out. I'll give you some pointers and I'll point you in the right direction. The first thing you do have to know in order to trust your intuition is the difference between fear and intuition. And we're going to cover that in the next video.